it's Liz Yuille from Old Staples Crafts, UK independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I have got the second of my customer bits and pieces for those who shopped in September. And this is the card that I am sending, have sent, hopefully they have received. I have got to put the sentiment on the inside, but other than that, it's all done. And it uses items from the Country Lane suite, as did the little gift box that I showed you yesterday. Country Lane suite is on page 42, which is just here. Here we go, Country Lane suite. The most amazing designer series paper I think I have seen in a long time. I love it to pieces. Some really lovely stamps. We'll be using that one and that one today. There are some new Stampin' Blend colours, so Blackberry Bliss and Cajun Craze, both in combos. I've got those in my selection today. Galvanised clips we'll be using, the braided linen trim, the chicken wire elements we will be using today. So, as well as the designer series paper. As ever, all the products will be listed on my blog, which is linked immediately below, and all the dimensions will also be on my blog, which is linked below. So, this is the card. Now, it's really not tricky. You know me, I don't do difficult. Difficult is for other people. I may do, you know, stepped up, but hey. So, starting with just a plain Whisper White card base, which is half a sheet of A4 card, scored down the middle and folded in half. I've got a scrap of Whisper White. I have a piece of Blackberry Bliss, cut at 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and a piece of designer series paper cut at 5.5 by 3 3/4. Centimetres are also listed in my blog post below, so that's all good. This is a sort of half a sheet of the chicken wire. The chicken wire comes in sheets that happen to be A6. Certainly in the UK they are A6, so if I get my A6 card and pop it over the top, you will see it's exactly the right size. So all I have done is just cut in half and then trimmed away the little bits that poke out the wrong direction. So that's all I've done. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, with my Starburst punch, I'm going to take my piece of Blackberry Bliss and punch a circle out, because no one's going to know except you and me. Then this needs to be stuck to the front of our card. No, it doesn't. Rewind. If I had a brain, I would be dangerous. This does not yet need to be stuck to the front of our card. What I need to do is stick my designer series paper to the front of my Blackberry Bliss. It's sad, really, sometimes, isn't it? Okay. So, this is just a little tiny bit smaller than the card. So, just pretty. Right. Galvanised clip. I've got some of the braided linen trim. And all I'm going to do is pop that through and tie one of my famous, I think famous by now, Auntie Betty bows. So 2 loops and just tie it in a half knot. It's on video, so why would it tie nicely? Tie it in a half knot. It's always the way, isn't it? I can do this in my sleep when the video's not running. Turn the on switch and... Right, so adjust your loops so that they're sort of how you want them, and then trim the end off. And there you've got a lovely little bow on your galvanised clip. And the reason I stopped myself from adhering this to my card front just yet was because I need to clip it on. And then this is going to go on here. So I'm going to grab some liquid adhesive and just add that to the front of my card. I would be tempted to not put your adhesive on the designer series paper purely because liquid adhesive does have a habit of buckling the paper a wee bit if you use too much. So I tend to not, on the basis that if I don't put the adhesive down, it's not going to buckle the paper. Right, okay, so we then need to adhere this, and all I'm going to do is just in the bottom right hand corner pop some snail and just add that to the bottom right hand corner. That is going to be covered, so you know it's all happy days. Now for our stamping, let me just make sure that's properly glued down, because glue does like to be attached to something rather than in the air, otherwise it won't stick. There we are. Right, okay, so I have got my, no, I don't want my bulrushes, I want the other one. I have my jug. Did I? No, I've switched them over for yesterday's project. Trouble is, because I batch record my videos, I do sometimes forget that I've switched things round, so that's fine. Let's change those round. That's all easy stuff. Right, let's try that again. Okay, so I've got my jug and I've got my floral. I need my Memento ink pad, and all I'm going to do is ink up my jug, and I tend to do a twist with my Memento and then a up and down, and then stamp that towards the bottom of my scrap of card, and that's that. And then same with my floral, just twist it and then tap it, and it's just an easier way of getting everything properly inked up. And then you can see through your photopolymer so that you can see where your jug is, and then stamp down. And there you are with your lovely floral. So that's all good. Right, I've got a real selection of blends. Some are new, some are not. So real selection. But the key to this is really just to kind of go for it. So I'm going to start with my mint macaron, and I'm just going to go around the outside very quickly, just so that I know I've got my outline in place before I come in with the thick end and just basically fill in. Now you could, if you're, not too challenged on your colouring and you're not doing it live on as live on a camera, you could just come in with your thick. Then I've got the light mint macaron, and I'm just going to go over that area in the middle so that that's kind of highlighted but blended. So that will all then dry back in a moment as I keep going. The cotton I've done with the light smoky slate, and all I'm doing is coming in at the bottom of the cotton where there'd be a shadow, really. And again, it's a kind of just, get in there and add a bit of shadow. It's not precise stuff. And then with your colour lifter, this is an amazing thing because it moves your ink around. It's great for if you go wrong, but it also blends, so you get a nice, particularly where you're just doing it on white, you can blend your colour so that it's a smooth finish on your shadow rather than a very definite line. It just softens it all down and goes squeaky apparently. So that's that. Then the leaves, just come in with your dark old olive and then go over the top with your light old olive. Whoops, the other end would be clever. So go in with your light old olive to blend out your dark, and then, no, wrong end. Actually, I do want that. Yes, I do. So these are for the berries. This is the dark Blackberry Bliss, just for the berry, and light Blackberry Bliss for the flower in the middle. This is not going to be realistic, it's just, you know, pretty. And then colour these in with your Cajun Craze. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me do all of this because, you know, it's on there. It's up there with watching paint dry, really. Just put a highlight in with the light Cajun Craze. So I will finish that later. But in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I prepared earlier. Blue Peter's celebrating its birthday. I want to say its 60th birthday. So, yeah. So all I've done is obviously finish it off, and then I'm fussy cutting around it. And again, I'm not going to make you watch me fussy cutting the whole way around, so I have started it. But it's simply a question of moving the card, not your scissors. And then I'm going to finish, I think, at that point. And then this is the sort of tricky bit, because you want your 2-inch circle punch. And what you've got to do is you've got to feed this in very gently so that your fussy cut bit sticks out, and then coax it to as far up the card as you can possibly get it, so that when you punch, you get your circle with your image behind, or, you know, up the top. So you get a perfect circle, but with your image just there. So let's add some adhesive to our Blackberry Bliss. Now, part of the trick for this is to kind of know where to stop your fussy cutting. If you're a little worried about that, what I would do is punch a 2-inch circle and overlay it on your stamped image before you fussy cut, and just mark where the ends are, and then fussy cut round them. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. Right, so we want mini dimensionals and ordinary dimensionals, and the only reason for the minis is because you've got these little bits sticking out at the top that you do need to give some support to. You don't need to go mad, just, you know, accept that they are little and they need a bit of support, as little people do. That's probably all the littles that I really need to worry about, because the rest I can come in with standard dimensionals and just add those to the back. Don't need that one. And then just peel those off. So if you shop with me every month, it's normally a little earlier than this, but there was a bit of a delay on getting my host rewards through. But if you shop with me and you use the host code, you will get to share in the host rewards, and it's something different every month. And it's just my way of saying thank you for using the host code. If you shop with me and use the host code, you also earn sunflower rewards. And for every £30 you spend on my online store and use the host code, you will get a sunflower voucher. And when you've got 10 of those, you get to pick £30 of product free. You just tell me what you want and I get it ordered and shipped out to you. And it's as simple as that. But if you don't use the host code, you don't get the sunflower rewards and you don't get the host rewards. So do remember, please, to use the host code. Some of you aren't using it, and it's making me cry because you're just losing out on all these goodies that I'm hoping to share with you. Anyway, whatever you order, be it large, small, whether you order 3 times in a month or just once, you will always get a handmade card and a handmade gift from me. And just as my way of saying thank you. And as I say, everyone gets the same, regardless of how much they order. So that's, as I say, just my way of saying thank you. Generally, I send the cards so they're not signed, so you can use them. So they're another way of saying thank you, really. So you'll get an envelope to go with them as well, and then you can use those for sending out to your friends and family. I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like to shop with me, there is a link below, or you can go over to my blog, which is also linked below, and that will have all the information about what I use. It'll have close-up photos. There'll be a link to this video there as well. But it gives you all that information, the dimensions and all that good stuff. And the host code. The host code is really difficult to lose. It's mentioned below and on my website in a number of places. So do use that. I would be thrilled if you shopped with me. I am really stretching myself this year and I'm going for Maui. I am going to make it to Maui if it kills me. Probably will. I was doing really well on the going for Greece, but I just need that little bit of extra help. So if you could help me, that would be amazing. If you don't already subscribe to YouTube, then please do. If I get another 50 subscribers by the 1st of November, I will have 5,000 subscribers, and it's my birthday on the 1st of November, so that would be absolutely amazing. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye!